Welcome back to the alternate history of the British Empire, Imperial Federation. This is Part 9, 2000 to 2010. As the 21st century began, people around the world welcomed the new year with unprecedented enthusiasm. The bloodiest century in human history had finally come to an end, and a sense of renewal seemed to fill the air. From grand celebrations in Sydney, Australasia, to jubilant crowds in the imperial capital of London, cities across the Federation erupted in festivities, rejoicing at the dawn of a new era. As the Imperial Federation entered the dawn of a new millennium, people converged on Wembley Park in London from every corner of the empire. They came for the 8th Imperial Exhibition and Games, a grand tradition held once every 10 years. From May 1st to June 30th, the city pulsed with celebration, spectacle, and unity. On May 24th, amidst the fanfare, the Empire celebrated its 90th anniversary, a day known to all as Empire Day. During the Games, the Dominion of Australasia dominated the medal count, winning 96 gold medals and 273 medals in total. On July 16, 2000, Empress Queen Elizabeth II christened the new royal yacht. The new 150-metre ship was named Imperial Concord. It was given the name to denote the harmony and peace of the Imperial Federation and the cooperation between dominions and the Crown. On October 12, 2000, tragedy struck in the Dominion of Southern Arabia. At the Imperial Naval Base, Sheba in Aden, HMS Calcutta became the target of a deadly attack. The destroyer was moored in port when two suicide bombers brought a small craft laden with explosives alongside the vessel. The explosion tore a massive hole in her hull, killing 17 sailors and injuring 39 others. The attack was traced to Al-Qaeda, a terrorist organization based in Afghanistan, a group whose actions would soon have even wider consequences. The first year of the new millennium was an imperial election year, and on June 7, 2001, Sir Kamalesh Sharma's Imperial Labour Party was re-elected in a landslide victory, winning more than 1,000 seats in the Imperial Parliament. On September 11, 2001, a wave of coordinated terror struck cities across the globe. In New York, two hijacked airliners slammed into the north and south towers of the World Trade Center, bringing both towers crashing to the ground. In Washington, D.C., another jet struck the Pentagon, targeting the very heart of America's defense. As the world watched in horror, a fourth aircraft was flown into the Imperial Parliament in London, with the plane hitting Big Ben. Two more hijacked planes, one bound for another target in Washington, the other aimed at London, never reached their marks. On both flights, passengers fought back against their captors, sacrificing their lives to prevent even greater devastation. The group behind the attack was Al-Qaeda. Their founder, leader, and the mastermind behind the attacks was a man by the name of Osama bin Laden. In the span of a single day, the illusion of safety was shattered. Smoke and fire rose from iconic skylines, and the world stood still as the symbols of power and progress crumbled into dust. Out of the chaos came a haunting realization. Nothing would ever be the same again. Shortly after the attack, the imperial government passed legislation that expanded the powers of the Imperial Crime Agency and Imperial Intelligence Service to help combat terrorist organizations. Less than a month after the attack of September 11th, on October 1st, a terrorist organization with links to Al-Qaeda attacked the provincial legislature building in Srinagar, Kashmir, killing 38 people. After failed negotiations with Afghanistan's Taliban regime to surrender Al-Qaeda's leaders, the Imperial Federation and the United States answered with force. On October 7, 2001, waves of airstrikes thundered across Afghanistan, hammering Al-Qaeda strongholds and clearing the way for a ground invasion to capture Al-Qaeda's leaders and overthrow the Taliban regime. The Imperial Federation and the United States began a build-up of troops in the eastern provinces of the Dominion of India, and on October 19, 2001, Imperial and American forces launched their invasion of Afghanistan, striking back in direct response to the September 11th attacks. Within weeks, their advance pushed deep into Taliban territory. By November 14th, Kabul had fallen, and coalition forces stood in control of the Afghan capital. The campaign pressed on, and on December 6th, Kandahar, the Taliban's final stronghold, surrendered, marking the collapse of the regime. But even as the Taliban crumbled, violence spread beyond Afghanistan's borders. On December 13th, Al-Qaeda terrorists struck the parliament of the Dominion of India in New Delhi, killing 9 and injuring 18. Just days later, the war in Afghanistan reached a critical point. On December 17th, Imperial and US forces stormed the caves of Tora Bora, Al-Qaeda's mountain fortress. They shattered its defenses, but the group's leader, Osama bin Laden, slipped away into hiding, setting the stage for a manhunt that would span the next decade. Though the first year of the new millennium was marked by tragedy, the second opened with celebration when, on February 6, 2002, citizens across the Imperial Federation celebrated the 50th year of Empress Queen Elizabeth II's reign. Dignitaries, officials, and ordinary subjects gathered in London for the Golden Jubilee ceremonies. Following the events in the imperial capital, the Empress embarked on a year-long tour, flying or sailing to each dominion and kingdom, reaffirming the bonds of the Federation. Her first stop was the Dominion of Carabania. On May 13, 2002, 3 Al-Qaeda-linked militants launched a terror attack in Kashmir in the Dominion of India. After killing 7 passengers on a bus, they stormed a Dominion Defence Force cantonment's family quarter, where they massacred women and children. Soldiers eventually killed the attackers, but not before 34 civilians, including 10 women and 11 children, the youngest just 5, were dead. Exactly 2 months after the attack, another attack occurred in Jammu city in the Kashmir province. In the evening hours of July 13th, jihadist militants began throwing grenades and opened fire with automatic rifles against the Hindu neighborhood. In just minutes, 29 civilians lay dead and more than 30 others were injured. The attackers escaped into the night. The resulting Imperial Crime Agency investigation revealed the attackers were a part of the same group responsible for the attack in the Kashmir province 2 months earlier. Within weeks, 8 militants were arrested by the ICA. Later in the year, yet another Al-Qaeda attack occurred, this time in the Dominion of East Africa. On November 28th, a group of suicide bombers drove a vehicle packed with explosives into the lobby of the Paradise Hotel, a popular resort near the city of Mombasa in the province of Kenya. The attacks killed 13 and injured 80 others. Earlier that day, other Al-Qaeda militants fired 2 shoulder-launched surface-to-air missiles at a passenger jet as it took off from Mombasa airport. Both missiles missed the aircraft, which safely landed in the Dominion of Palestine with all passengers unharmed. Despite the shadow of terror, just a day later, the Dominion of East Africa became the center of global attention for a very different reason. From November 29th to December 19th, the Imperial Cup of Football unfolded across the cities of Dodoma, Nairobi, Kampala, and Juba. In the finals, England triumphed over the Dominion of Nigeria 1-0, securing their 3rd Imperial Cup. In the early months of 2003, from February 9th to March 23rd, the spotlight shifted to the Dominion of South Africa, host of the Imperial Cricket Cup. Matches were played across its major cities, drawing huge crowds and worldwide attention. The tournament culminated in a dramatic final where the Dominion of Australasia defeated the Dominion of India, claiming their 3rd title. On May 11, 2003, a devastating cyclone made landfall in Ceylon, killing 260 people and causing the Dominion's worst natural disaster in half a century. The 15th of June 2003 saw the arrival of the Imperial Concorde in the Dominion of Malta, marking the conclusion of Empress Queen Elizabeth II's year-long tour through the Imperial Federation. Undertaken in commemoration of her Golden Jubilee, the tour spanned the breadth of the Federation's dominions and kingdoms, reaffirming ties of loyalty and tradition in the 50th year of her reign. Malta, long regarded as a bastion of imperial strength in the Mediterranean, provided a fitting final stage for the Empress's most extensive journey abroad in decades. In January 2004, construction began on the Burj Khalifa in the city of Dubai, in the United Emirates of Arabia. When finished, the building was to be the tallest human-made structure ever. On January 8, 2004, Empress Queen Elizabeth II christened the RMS Queen Mary II, the largest ocean liner ever built. On October 8, 2004, suicide bombers detonated 2 bombs at the Red Sea resort of Taba, Egypt, killing 34 people and injuring 171. The 2005 Empire Games were held in the city of Melbourne in the Dominion of Australasia from March 15th to 26th. It brought together over 4,000 athletes from across every dominion and kingdom of the Imperial Federation. The Games featured 16 sports and 245 medal events, with Australasia dominating the medal tally, followed by England and the Dominion of Canada. On April 9, 2005, His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, the future Emperor King Charles, was united in matrimony once more, following the tragic passing of his first consort, Princess Diana. The grand wedding to Lady Camilla Parker Bowles, solemnised within the hallowed walls of St. Paul's Cathedral in London. On May 5, 2005, Sir Kamlesh Sharma's Imperial Labour Party was re-elected with a third majority. In the summer of that same year, calamity again befell the imperial capital. On the morning of the 7th day of July, 4 coordinated acts of self-destruction were wrought by agents of Al-Qaeda in the very heart of London. The blasts tore through the city, leaving 52 souls dead and more than 700 grievously wounded. Just a few weeks after that attack, Al-Qaeda terrorists struck again, this time in the Kingdom of Egypt. On July 23rd, 3 different bombings took place in the resort town of Sharm el-Sheikh. At 1:15 a.m. at the Old Market in downtown Sharm, a truck bomb exploded, killing 17 people. Moments later, the second bomb was a truck bomb that was driven into the lobby of the Ghazala Gardens Hotel, killing 45 people. The final bomb was hidden in a suitcase and exploded outside the Movenpick Hotel, killing 6 tourists. In total, 88 people were killed and over 200 people were injured. On October 8, 2005, a magnitude 7.6 earthquake hit the province of Kashmir in the Dominion of India. The disaster caused widespread destruction across the province. The quake triggered massive landslides, blocked roads, and destroyed critical infrastructure, severely hampering relief operations. Schools and hospitals were among the worst-hit structures. An estimated 87,000 people were killed, more than 75,000 were injured, and approximately 3 million were left homeless. The scale of the devastation made recovery difficult, especially as winter set in. The disaster prompted long-term reforms in building standards and emergency response systems in the Dominion of India. On November 9, 2005, Al-Qaeda terrorists struck once more. A wave of coordinated suicide bombings tore through the city of Amman in the Kingdom of Mesopotamia, killing at least 60 people and wounding 115 others. On the 11th of July 2006, Al-Qaeda terrorists struck the Dominion of India. Within minutes, 7 bombs ravaged the crowded trains of Bombay's Western Line, claiming over 200 lives and maiming countless more. In the spring of 2007, the Imperial Cricket Cup was hosted in cities across the Dominion of Carabania from March 13th to April 28th. In the finals, The Dominion of Australasia beat the Dominion of Ceylon to win their fourth title and their third consecutive title. On May 10, 2007, as a result of falling approval ratings, Imperial Prime Minister Sir Kamlesh Sharma announced his intention to resign as Prime Minister, triggering the 2007 Imperial Labour Party leadership election, in which Gordon Brown ran unopposed. Brown would officially replace Sharma as Imperial Prime Minister on June 27th. From the 11th of May to the 6th of June 2007, the Imperial Cup of Football was held in the Dominion of Burma, with matches contested in the cities of Yangon, Moniwa and Mandalay. In the final, the Dominion of Ghana triumphed resoundingly over the Dominion of Carabania, 4-0. On the 14th of August 2007, northern Mesopotamia was scourged by a series of coordinated Al-Qaeda suicide bombings. In a single day of horror, 572 souls were slain and hundreds more grievously wounded. It stood as one of the bloodiest bombings of the era. On December 1, 2007, at the age of 81 years and 244 days, Empress Queen Elizabeth II became the oldest ever reigning British and imperial monarch, surpassing Empress Queen Victoria. On the 21st of January 2008, stock markets across the world crashed, shaken by fears of a great recession within the United States, brought on by the collapse of the subprime mortgage trade the year before. From the 26th to the 29th of 2008, 10 terrorists carried out 4 days of coordinated bombing and shooting attacks across Bombay, killing 166 people. One terrorist, Ajmal Kasab, was captured alive, and he would later be executed in 2012. The new millennium opened with both triumph and tragedy. The Imperial Federation rejoiced in jubilees, exhibitions, and great games, yet also endured terror, war, and disaster. Cities were scarred, lives were lost, but time and again its people rose to rebuild. By 2010, the optimism of the century's dawn had been tempered by hardship, yet the Federation endured, scarred but unbroken, its spirit unyielding, a flame that could not be extinguished. Join us next time to see how the Imperial Federation deals with calls for more equality and better representation. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. If you haven't yet done so, go back and watch the other videos in this series.